Well, Britons have had their say, but Starmer has been stunned into silence and is only focused on what Starmer wants to do: banning fun, taking fuel allowances off of pensioners, and taxing you to allow illegal immigrants into the country. Well, Britons have had their say, and surely now he can't keep staying silent on the matter, or can he? Hit the like and subscribe button and join our fast-growing community. A new YouGov poll reveals that the British public is increasingly in favour of tougher measures to tackle illegal immigration, with a clear majority supporting an increase in deportations. The YouGov data released this month shows the country is united across political lines, regions and age groups in backing a more robust approach to dealing with those in the UK illegally. A remarkable 67% of adults said they would either strongly or tend to support the government increasing deportations of illegal immigrants. This overwhelming endorsement reflects the growing frustration among voters who feel the current immigration system is too lenient and that tougher enforcement is long overdue. These figures provide a clear mandate for the Labour government, one that Keir Starmer is continuing to brush under the carpet. Starmer has faced immigration riots and protests after the stabbing of 3 young girls in Southport and has vowed to stop the gangs, but there has been little said on immigration, which is now seen as a top 3 issue of concern for the country, by the Prime Minister in his State of the Nation speech. Voters are expecting more from the government, and this poll shows there is appetite for a firmer stance on deportations. Unsurprisingly, support for increased deportations is particularly strong among Conservative voters. Over 90% of Tory supporters are in favour of ramping up deportations, with a significant majority, 69%, expressing strong support. Labour voters are more divided, yet even among them, a slim majority of 52% back the move, showing cross-party consensus on the issue. This could put Starmer in a difficult position, as any attempt to appear soft on immigration risks alienating swathes of his own voter base. Regional analysis shows high levels of support across the country, though the south of England and the Midlands are particularly in favour, with over 70% backing the proposal. Younger voters are less enthusiastic, but still back the policy at a majority level, with 53% of 18 to 24-year-olds in support, compared to 76% of over 65s. On gender lines, men are slightly more supportive than women, with 72% of men backing the idea versus 61% of women. Among social grades, higher income households are slightly more likely to support increased deportations compared to lower income groups, though both show clear majorities in favour. The 14% who are undecided or oppose the policy are largely younger and left-leaning voters. However, with 67% backing deportations, the message is clear. This widespread support for tougher deportation policies sends a clear signal to the Prime Minister. With immigration remaining a key issue for voters, it appears that the public wants action, and fast. Well, you heard the people, Starmer. Get a move on and stop ignoring the problem. In other news, boatmen have described the horrific moment they spotted a dangerously overcrowded boat with 60 migrants on board, nearly sinking in the channel. The vessel was watched at a distance by the French Navy, which looked on as the boat passed into British waters. Over 21,000 migrants have arrived this year already, with over 7,000 having made the journey since the general election. Eyewitnesses said the group this morning, which included freezing cold children aged 3, were hanging on for dear life. One boatman who witnessed the crossing told the Daily Mail, "I could not believe my eyes. It was disturbing. They were clinging on for dear life. It was horrific. It was seconds from sinking. It was seconds from 60 migrants potentially dying. It would have been the biggest tragedy in the Channel so far." The eyewitness also hit out at the French Navy, claiming they looked on as the vessel floated into British waters. He said, "The children were on the floor cramped in the middle. It was appalling to see. What were the French Navy doing? They only looked about 3 and they were on the floor. They looked terrified. Who would do that to a child? And the French Navy were in the distance the whole time, clearly observing what was happening." More than 20,000 migrants have arrived in the UK after crossing the English Channel so far this year, latest figures show. Some 614 people made the journey in 10 boats on Wednesday, taking the provisional total for 2024 to 20,433. This is 3% higher than at the same point in 2023, 19,801, and 18% lower than 2022, 25,065. It is the second highest number of arrivals on a single day since the general election, after 703 arrivals on August 11th. The highest number on any day so far this year was 882, on June 18th. Figures show 211 migrants in 4 boats reached Britain yesterday. A further 77 were returned to Calais. A Home Office spokesman said, "We all want to see an end to dangerous small boat crossings, which are undermining border security and putting lives at risk. The new government is taking steps to boost our border security, setting up a new border security command, which will bring together our intelligence and enforcement agencies, equipped with new counter-terror-style powers and hundreds of personnel stationed in the UK and overseas, to smash the criminal smuggling gangs, making millions in profit." The summer surge came as the PM pledged to deepen cooperation with France during a meeting with President Emmanuel Macron in Paris. Lastly, Brazil's top court is expected to shut down Elon Musk's X platform in the country soon, in a move against free speech. Alexandre de Moraes, a Supreme Court judge, has threatened to shut down local operations of the site if it fails to comply with Brazil's laws regulating internet issues. It is the latest move in an ongoing battle between Musk and Brazil's highest court over demands that certain X accounts, mostly believed to be associated with far-right users, should be shut down in the nation. Under the new ruling, companies that do not respect Brazilian legislation or the confidentiality of private information could be temporarily suspended. Moraes said that Musk needed to name a legal representative in the country by Thursday evening local time, or operations in the nation would come to a halt. His court has now blocked the financial accounts of Musk's Starlink to guarantee the payment of fines, local media has reported. Earlier this week, we received an order from Brazil's Supreme Court Justice at Alexandre de Moraes that freezes Starlink's finances and prevents Starlink from conducting financial transactions in that country, Starlink wrote on X. This order is based on an unfounded determination that Starlink should be responsible for the fines levied, unconstitutionally, against X, the company said. It was issued in secret and without affording Starlink any of the due process of law guaranteed by the Constitution of Brazil. We intend to address the matter legally. As well as the lack of legal representatives, the freeze of the company's account stems from non-payment of penalties, which X was required to pay for failing to submit some documents. Folha, a local Brazilian newspaper, reported that the fines amount to approximately 20 million reais. Musk announced that Starlink's parent company, SpaceX, would provide free internet service to Brazilian users until this matter is resolved. The billionaire has slammed Moraes on X, writing, "Moraes is an outright criminal of the worst kind, masquerading as a judge," and pinned a post by X, stating that it was expecting to be shut down soon. The platform is accessed by 40 million Brazilians at least once a month and is an important method of communication for politicians. Earlier this month, the company announced that it would close its operations and fire its staff, whilst keeping its service available for users in Latin America's largest economy. Moraes previously ordered X to block certain accounts implicated in investigations of digital militias, accounts that have been accused of spreading fake news during the government of former far-right President Jair Bolsonaro. Whilst Musk initially challenged the decision, X officials did a U-turn and told Moraes that they would obey the legal rulings. What are your thoughts on Starmer? Let me know in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button and join our fast-growing community. Take care. Goodbye.